Welcome everybody, this is Nightsaber Z42 and we are playing Crimes and Punishment Sherlock Holmes. Anyways, we need to go... Search the archives, search the archives, search the archives. Okay, I guess we're going back home. We're gonna search the archives real quick for some stuff. Oh, we're done. Let's go ahead and head back to Baker Street first, so you can search the archives, and then we shall head back to the gardens. I think that's where we want to go. We need to search the archives, and search the archives for a lot of stuff: symbols, branded flower pots, stolen plant lists. Okay, but we also had Albert Dunn. Albert Dunn is a nervous and anxious young man, clearly evident by his bitten fingernails. He uses a quantity of detergent with which to clean his hands, which is a poor decision seeing as he handles plants and soil. His eyes are red. He has been weeping very recently. His age tells us that he is still at university. He is good looking, unmarried, probably still lives with his mother. Mommy dearest. Martin Hamish. Martin Hamish is unmarried. His hands and nails resemble those of a gardener. They are dirty and swollen. He is short-sighted, wearing bifocals to correct his vision. He is very plain. He works hard to the point of neglecting his appearance, and it is sadly unlikely that he has any female companion. He lives alone. Okay. That is a weird sound that my computer is actually making now. Okay. A list of exotic stolen plants exhibit at Kew Gardens. Okay, so we need to find some other stuff. Not in newspapers. Maybe in the encyclopedia, but probably not arts and culture. Technology, history, medicine, botany. Exotic plants. These plants have a certain toxicity in common, more or less variable. All those plants right there. Only the first three can be dangerous to humans, particularly Florum diabolica. But only under very specific conditions. The plant should react to a process of aggression against which it will issue deadly spores.
Here it is.
Here it is. That's exactly right. Okay, let's open up our deadly stolen plants, poisoning. Whoops. The killers may be those who stole the exotic plants, including the deadly species from the last exhibition at Kew Gardens. Oh, that noise is getting pretty annoying now. I think a wire is loose. Search for the symbol of the broken pot. Symbol of a broken flower pot found in the backyard. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. The glyph this glyph means divine, if I am not mistaken. So, I would think it'd be in the encyclopedia. Not under research. Wounds, energy, criminalistics, martial arts. Divine Syndicate. Yeah, the member of this syndicate worship Trewan, the God King. They strive to obtain spiritual peace and release themselves from the material world. So generous donations are appreciated.
Here it is.
Got it.
The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
Okay, we're gonna search for the band of flower pots. Symbol on the flower pots found at Kew Gardens. The pots did not belong there. I thought it would be research. Martial arts, mark symbols.
That is not the one I need.
Here we go. Seymour's Gardens equipment and supplies. We are a premium supplier for all your landscape, gardening, and timber requirements. Full range supply of delivery of sand, soils, mulches, pots, and anything else you may need.
Here it is.
Cool. Let's see if we got an address on it so we can go visit them anytime we want. Okay, so we got that. Whoops. Gotta take care of. And we also got the suppliers. Trewan, the God King. Oh, okay. Didn't know that's what he would look like. Alright, so let's go ahead and back to the Kew Gardens. We'll question some people. See what there is to be seen and such. Interesting, by tipping my desktop over, I got rid of the sound. Oh well. Although it is kind of hot in this room, so I think we're pushing up mid-70s. So I might want to actually turn on a fan or something. Yo, dude! I gotta talk to you. Do you like the song Hey Jude? Come on. Oh, wow, we got a lot to talk about. Emptied colonial room.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Haha.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Yes, you can. Split yourself. Be a god. Relationship with Dunn.
As deputy director, how is your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Oh, he was a party-goer, Dunn's lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Woohoo. Well, who doesn't have an eye for the ladies?
what is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Where is this Miss White? I need to talk to her.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Getting brownie points to pass her university exams and
Tell
stuff?
me, Mr.
I don't
Hamish,
know.
do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Divine Syndicate.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Okay. Where would we like to go? Oh, can we go to the director's office? Isn't that this area right here? Hey, Watson, out of my way.
Locked.
Oh, it's locked. How about this side? Is this side locked?
Locked.
Yo, bro, you have a key? I need a key. Give me your key. Yeah, give me those keys.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank you, Mr.
Somebody's
Hamish. We shall continue our
jealous.
investigation.
Getting rid of the competition. Is he in this room? Yeah, he is. Give me those keys. Oh, wow. Tell me your life
Who is
story.
Miss Margaret White.
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
What happened to your chinny chin chin?
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes, I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Okay.
Please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director.
Deputy
Well, I
director.
have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee.
Interesting.
If we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself.
Because he
My
was.
father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Tell me about this
Have
the
you
Divine
ever
Syndicate.
heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No.
No,
cannot say
we're,
that I
we're
have.
totally bros though. Give me those keys.
You hold the keys to all of these locked doors.
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Lock picking.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again.
Really? I've already done that. Yep. Nothing else to divine here. Alright, let's wander around. We're gonna go to the director's office. Run, Mr. Holmes. Run, run, run. Like an old man that you are. Oh, I unlocked it. What? Oh, wow. Look at this bust of a lady. And there's a safe. Director's safe. Whoa. How about we come to this? We'll come back to that in just a moment.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Oh, look at all this liquor on the cabinet. Look at that ox. Champagne.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
Anything else?
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Everything is French here in London. Okay, director's desk. Let's take a look. Times.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
New plant species. The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon the very subject. Ooh, interesting. How about the letter? My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. Montague Dunn. Wow. Jeez. Is that all there was here? Is that the Miss White? Yeah, nothing to do yet. I guess I have to... There's really nothing else here. Okay. Let's take a crack at the safe. Oh. Hold on. Okay, there's a certain order to do this. Oh man, that's gonna take a long time. Oh, actually, I wonder if it's two, because there's two here. So now there's gotta be two here, and then it's going to be... Nope. It's gonna be three on that side. Oh, we can do this eventually. Oh, three. Okay. 1, 2. Whoops! Don't go too far. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so go left. Let's see, how many left is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 on that one. Okay. Okay, so 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so I guess once you actually know what to do, it's kind of easy. I just wish I had actually explained it. 3, 4, 5. And there's 5 left. Okay, so yeah, that totally makes sense. Wee! The safe is now open. Come and knock on my door. What's in the safe? Letter. I'll take that. My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted a great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinarily precious and rare species of plant. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purpose. The divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14th, 1889? So, I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you in Boodles on Tuesday as always. Wow. Letters of complaint. Mr. Dune. Dunn, sorry, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. We do not have any right. You do not have any right to hold them imprisoned. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie, we need not elaborate, that was reported in the press as the case of June 14, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. Interesting indeed. Last letter.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Debt of Miss Margaret Wright to Mr. Montague Dunn. Rental of a suite of rooms at Oxford Street. An educational scholarship at the London University. Credits opened at Hamilton, Radigan House, Taylor's, and at Baird of Sons Luxury Jewelers. Wow. White and Dunn. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. Because he's a douche. Well, somebody obviously heard about it and wanted to protect her. Okay. You there.
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
Okay, well, whatever. Let's talk to Albert.
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
Yes, you tidy up that room. You tidy up real good. Is she... Oh, she should be in the... Crap. The nursery? I thought was where she was supposed to be. Nothing there. She's definitely not in here. I've already checked that side room. She's not in the desert room. I think she's in the nursery. And the nursery is... Oh, look, there she is. Quick, follow her.
This charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Yeah, the seed house. Can I move? Okay, there we go.
Open.
Open, sesame seed. Hey, lady. I gotta talk to you. But first, I'm gonna read you, like a book.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
That's the plan. I'm gonna read you first. Boom, I'm gonna read your nose. Nope. Expensive perfume, somehow on her neck. Really not the pendant? How about the belt buckle? Oh, look at those hands. They're all red. Past malnutrition. Interesting. So she definitely took a big loan. What else? Is it her ear? I'm looking, but I'm not finding anything. Oh. Oh, knuckles. Unmarried. Tell me about the theft of the plants.
A theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Tell me about this incident.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
She doesn't believe it.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work
Do
here?
you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
How about this, how did you get in?
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Great, now my cat's trying to get into the bathroom.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Clue!
Thank you, miss.
It's a pretty
The
organization.
3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
It is obvious. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Check the description for my Facebook and Twitter information. And while you're at it, give this video a huge thumbs up to support the series and subscribe if you would like to see more. I will see you guys in the next video.